It's been a rough couple of weeks over here for Matt and I. Oh, you can probably hear it in my voice. Matt ended up getting sick first, and it was a doozy. And the whole time I was just thinking, please don't get it. Please don't get it. But after about a week, I started to feel the same symptoms, the scratchy throat, starting to feel it in my sinuses. And then I got it. So it's been a couple weeks of us just struggling. And I lost my voice at one point. Our sinuses are just so congested and so painful, kind of achy, not sleeping well, kind of have a cough. And being sick with a toddler is a whole other level. Also hoping that Griffin doesn't get it from both of us. So far, so good. But fortunately, I have some content built up. I am usually a little bit behind on posting, so things have still been moving forward. And my number one priority, other than obviously wiring the garage for the gym, was to start to integrate some outdoor lighting into spaces, because our property is completely pitch black at night. We have 2 motion sensor lights that go on when we pull into the driveway, but other than that, we don't have anything. And I'm the kind of person that loves a tastefully done exterior with really thought out outdoor lighting, whether it's landscape lighting, soffit lighting, uplighting in trees, pathway lighting, and this house has none. So in the future, I will definitely be integrating some outdoor lighting into this space. Now that we have this garage wide open and electricians are coming, we have the opportunity to install exterior pot lights in the soffits of this garage.
Okay.
So with these ones, they're color selectable. So 27's like your quite yellow light, 3000's a typical.
Yep.
But if you really want bright white, you can go all the way up to
Who would even want that?
No idea.
We're not in a hospital.
No, exactly. So how I do it, take my Olfa knife, strip about 4 to 6 inches.
Yeah.
I do a nice light cut on the back, not to go through to damage the conductors on the inside, just to get that straight edge. And then on the other side.
Cut it off.
And then I'll match this. Nice, very light score.
Yeah, making sure to not nick the wires underneath.
And then I always will rotate the wires so that when you're pushing them in, you got your blacks on the same side.
Oh, okay.
And the whites and the ground in the middle. And you can shove it in. And as I'm shoving it in, I'm kind of bending it so that it comes out in the front there. Mm-hmm. Sometimes they get stuck, so you gotta just massage them in there. And then you push them in until you see a little bit of that blue.
Blue casing, yeah.
Well, usually these are pretty good. They're nice and same length, but sometimes I'll give them this snap, spread them apart, and then push them in. And these have a little window up top that you can see that they're fully seated into that quick connect. You can see the copper.
Yeah.
And then I always do it in this order. I'll do my grounds first, push them into the corner, take my neutral, the white wires,
Strip them back.
strip them back.
Kind of hard to mess up the location. I was like, where are we putting these? Oh
Yeah.
wait, white with white,
White with white.
black with black, and then grounds with copper with copper.
Exactly. Same thing you see in the window. They're all seated correctly.
Yeah. So you're really good at that. You just stripped both wires at the same time.
Yeah,
And I'm
that's,
like,
you'll probably do them one at a time.
yeah.
But yeah, after a while you'll get used to
You
it.
get more efficient. And
So
you
yeah,
shove
then
that
you
all back in.
Shove that all in, making sure that this doesn't get hit, because it does stick out a little bit. So sometimes when you're hitting it, which is not the end of the world, we can pull it down and reset the temperature. But yeah, I'll push that in, leaving that out.
That.
And then that goes in. A little connector to keep it tight. And then I'll put one side in. Be careful, they're like mouse traps, they hurt a lot. Keep your hands out.
Ta-da! How nice is that? Ignore the actual soffit,
Yeah.
but the pot light looks great.
Yeah.
Oh, that's gonna look so good. And it also just magnifies everything else that needs to be done when you have something that's new that looks really good and everything else looks like crap.
The other thing we had to think about is the fact that this is a garage and the front door right now is right there, where normally you would switch your lighting, your outdoor lighting on and off, but there isn't any easy way to get from here to there with a wire and a switch for the outdoor lights. So the solution is a Wi-Fi switch. So from what I've been told, you can control all of the outdoor lighting from an app on your phone. You can program it to come on at a certain time. You can have schedules. So if you come home later, certain days, you can have the lights stay on later if you want them. And you can also dim them as well, because right now with all of the lights on, it's a little bright. It's a little brighter than I would want. So once we have the Wi-Fi switches installed, I will actually dim down the outdoor lights a little bit. More like mood lighting, ambiance, than full-on bright lights. And that's a great solution when you have a situation like this where your front door is right there and your lights are right here. And there's no way to get from one to the other.
Just throwing temporary switches on.
Sweet.
Those outside lights for you guys.
Awesome. It'll be so weird to actually have light out there. So nice.
They're not the fancy Wi-Fi switches, but you'll be able to.
They work.
Yeah.
Electrical rough-in, done. Looks good, looks good. Also this week we got so lucky. We were given an awesome play structure from another family in our community.
It's amazing the things that you can find for free.
Yeah, if you're willing to do a lot of work.
If you're
Disassembling, moving, and then reassembling. It looks like it needs some TLC as well.
my specialty.
Good thing you know how to do all that stuff.
I want to sand it down, give it a new paint job,
Yeah.
give it a little cleanup. Put it down.
Sure. Okay. Now let's stand it up. Beautiful.
Sweet. Yeah, let's go a few feet back. Let's try that. So it's got the stairs on this side. I love that it has the tic-tac-toe thing up there too.
Yeah.
Oh, Griffey boy. Lucky dude.
All the way around.
Yeah, do you want to just put it here?
Anywhere, sure. Cool.
What is that? That's for you, buddy. How cool is that? You can open. Yeah, open. We gotta hook it up.
Are you ready? Go!